Hi, this is Cheryl Golden, and welcome to your Newman Studies Program course, Bread and Circuses. What you're seeing here, of course, is our website, and lots of evidently fun activities going on move-in day. And so I thought we'd start off with our web page, especially for those of you who've never done Blackboard before, and say that, go to our web page, and when you do, you'll hit on Current Students. And from Current Students, you will see Blackboard somewhere on your list, right? And then what you'll see at Blackboard should be, you may be asked for a login page. I've already been logged in, so it didn't get me to that point, or a login prompt. So I'm already logged in, but here you go. It's our class is called Bread and Circuses. So click on that. When you click on that, you will get to our Begin Here page, it's called. Let me pull this up so you can get our toolbar. Alrighty, so here we are. If you're already at Blackboard, then you may have clicked on our Navigating our online course here. This is that video. So if you've already watched this video through, the announcement I sent you, you're set to go. Don't feel like you have to watch it again. So when you come to our class, please, first thing you want to do is take a look at this Begin Here page. What you'll find on this page is an introductory video, besides this one. You'll also find where our announcement tabs are. So if we have any announcements in class, this is where you'll find them. You'll also see our technology standards. If you have any questions about the kind of technology you need to navigate this course, feel free to email, but take a look at this short video and other issues associated with that tab. Please also know that I'm Cheryl Golden. I'm your professor of ancient history here at Newman University. And as such, I enjoy the topic of this class because it relates to public space, entertainment, sporting events, etc. from the ancient world. And we've taken this into the modern era. So it's not all going to be about grease and round. No, we're going to take it forward. So let's take a look quickly at our course description, if you could follow along with me. So from the Greek theater to the Roman Colosseum, ancient city-states have provided both the venues and the talent to entertain, educate, and motivate their citizens. The tradition continues to this day as a hallmark of what it means to be cultured or civilized. We have that in inverted commas because, those are loaded terms, right? From London's Hyde Park to the Wichita Intrust Arena, communities have dedicated public space and the funding, the money, to support the arts and entertainment as an expression of civic identity. So why have cities done this in the past? Why devote a lot of public funding, a lot of tax dollars to this? Why did the Romans build the Colosseum, for example? Why did the Egyptians build the pyramids, right? So why devote a lot of money to these public building projects? How do we determine the sort of public art and entertainment that is suitable for civic space, right? So even today, we're going to have controversies over what kind of statuary should we have near the Arkansas River if you're in Wichita? What kind of parks should we have downtown? Let's see, how do such displays confirm and create culture that links us together? And how does the art and entertainment supported by the city help to confirm and create a city's identity? I'm from Texas, I'm from Houston, and when I drive down to Houston, I have to go through Arlington, Texas, and some of you may know that the biggest, baddest representation of Arlington, Texas is Dallas Cowboy Stadium, right? So, wow, is that what Arlington's known for today? Is that big old Cowboy Stadium? In a lot of ways, yes. I'm sure there are other things they're known for, but that's the first thing you think of, right? So how do we confirm an identity, for example, or display who we are through such art and public venues? And then how do we as a community, how do we experience these venues when we come together? All of these objectives for our course follow in nicely with the requirements or the goals of the Newman Studies program for this area known as the creative spirit. So the original goals for this program are things like, how do we engage in the creative spirit? How do we come together and do that? Where does creativity come from? Right? How do we come up with these ideas that we have? How does the creative spirit lead us towards transcendence? Transcendence. How does this move us? Move us to think and feel and even do things that we otherwise might not do. How does the creative spirit connect us? Where can we recognize expressions of our creative spirit? And finally, how has the creative spirit influenced various aspects of society? We will specifically look at how theater might try to influence a democracy, how the public statues along Douglas in Wichita might help us to understand, to connect to our history. What's the financial advantage to having an NFL team in our city, right? So there's all kinds of elements we can look at: history, economics, culture, politics. So that's our goal in this class. As you move through, you will find our syllabus is here in the course calendar. Please click on this and you'll be able to download those documents. We also have here a final project. We'll be talking more about that, but do take a look at the final project. It is not something that you'll do in the last week. Oh no, you will work on this throughout the course of the semester. The only book you need to buy is Sophocles' Antigone. This is a play from ancient Greece. It's rather short, and if you like, get going. Get it now. I have the Prestwick edition because I like the introduction, but if you're able to get this on your Kindle or other electronic device for free, oh, for goodness sakes, go for it. So please get that play. Please do read it. We'll be using the play in our work. Our grading scale, as you can see, is pretty much consistent with the Newman University catalog. And then when we go through here, you're going to see, oh my goodness, a lot of expectations. This is an online class. I'm not going to get to see you a couple of times a week. You're going to be on your own in a lot of ways, but you're also going to be interacting with each other. And there are some things that we just have to do, we have to do on time. So come to class. Set aside some time every week. If it's 2 o'clock on Tuesday, you're going to get online with this class. If it's 2 o'clock on Tuesday and say 4 a.m. on Wednesday, you're going to get involved in this class. But set yourself some specific times, some specific days each week where you will come and check into class and get going. Most of our assignments are due on Friday and Sunday. Friday, typically, discussions and quizzes are due. On Sunday, projects, papers are due. You can certainly turn things in before that, but I had one professor that I taught with who said, well, you know, Monday through Sunday, that's typically the end of the week. My theology friends would say, oh no, Sunday's the beginning of the week. Either way, that's how we're measuring this. So things are due on Fridays and Sundays. You can certainly turn them in before that. So get going. There is a discussion board, as you can see, and as I've got here, the discussion board is a place for learning. It's a place to contribute ideas, add supporting resources, develop ideas, come to conclusions. I'll provide feedback on these discussion boards, both in the discussion board itself and on your grades. But please be productive, interactive. Let's have interesting materials here. It's not enough just to respond to someone else's presentation with a, hey, good job. Tell them why they did a good job, right? Extend the conversation. Rebut. Disagree in a civil way. But let's keep that conversation going as though we were actually in class, right? Or as though we were friends and we were texting back and forth and back and forth. Please just keep things lively, keep them going, and keep them on topic. Keep them on topic of the materials we're looking at. We're trying to make sure that we look for common connections in these readings, not only to the past, but to today. So if anything occurs to you, that this is a lot like the controversy at NAFSCR Park, for example, that we have going on in Wichita. There was just an article today about how a local business is going to put millions of dollars into this small local park. I think they're going to make it virtual as well as real physical meeting space. So it's going to be interesting to see how that comes out. At any rate, keep things civil, keep things going. Down here at the bottom it says, ooh, now what? After you've read all this material, you've gone through everything, and there's quite a bit. The next thing you want to do is just get started on the course. When you go to weekly course content, you'll find when you get to our class that it's broken down into weeks. So week 1, Antigone, you're reading on Athens. Week 2, you get Rome and Gladiators. Week 3, London and Shakespeare. Week 4, the American City. We're going to have some talks about parades and also graffiti. And then we're going to go to New Orleans and talk about the Superdome and on and on. So there's a lot going on. And oh gosh, week 7, virtual civic space. What are we doing about creating the community square, the city square in an age of social media, in an age of digital communication? So we've got a lot to do in this class. My advice to you at this point is just get going, start reading, start looking around. I'm clicking now on week 1, and when you get to week 1, you'll see some introduction and a little bit of instruction there. You'll be reminded to budget your time. Again, set aside certain times of the week, certain hours of the week. We'll be working on this class. 8 weeks will go by fast, so get after it. And then you'll see as you move along that there are little folders that help you sort of get moving. All of them are going to have videos, maybe some readings, usually short readings in the folders, and off you go. Also at the end of each week, you'll see a tab called Graded Assignments. And in the Graded Assignments area, you'll see, for example, in week 1, we have a discussion due. It's mostly an introduction. And then there's also another discussion due based upon your assessment of one of the videos. This is a PowerPoint, I believe. And then, oh, that's a video. And then, I know, there's a lot that looks like it's going along. We have our first assignment that would normally be due on a Sunday is going to be due on Tuesday because, you know, it's a 3-day weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. It's called an out and about project, and the idea on this project is to actually get you out and about in your community and look for an event, look for a venue, look for a piece of artwork that helps you to understand one of the goals for this class. You'll see the assignment there. It's right here. Take a look at it. And so please turn that in. And you can, I've asked that you turn it in by Tuesday, September 4th. You can certainly turn it in sooner than that and get it done. But that is actually due in the 2nd week. You'll also see occasionally that I'll say, hey, looking ahead, next week you're going to have an assignment due. So for example, this week you've got some discussions due, and next Sunday, right, a week from the first week, the 2nd week, you're going to have a reflection on Antigone. So for those of you who want to work ahead, you're constantly reminded, you might say nagged, to look and see what's coming up. I guess all I have to say is that we are at the beginning of the semester. We have an 8-week course. It's going to go by really fast. So get going on your first week. Read your Antigone the play. Read your, take a look at your videos. Take a look at the helps that I have for you there. Take a look at the assignments and just get going. If you have any questions whatsoever, please give me a call. I am at Newman University. I'm at 316-942-4291. You'll find that on the syllabus. My extension is 2178. You can always email me at goldenc@newmanu.edu. I'll answer email probably faster than my phone, but you know how that goes. So please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. Off we go. This is going to be good. See you soon.